3. And we're back. This is round 5.
Of 5.
Of 5. At the Game Haven, where you get more from your games.
More regular games.
In first place and second place, Kyle McDaniel and his opponent
Chris Murdy.
Oh, he's right
Kyle and Chris drew. If Chris wins and if Kyle wins,
I think we're getting them mixed up.
No,
Was it
Chris and Kyle played last round and they ended up drawing.
Ah.
Yeah,
And they were the only undefeated. Kyle's at table 1, so if Kyle wins and Chris wins, Kyle's actually going to end up first. It was the coin flip of who gets to sit at table 1.
Oh.
So
Okay, I see what they did.
it was the
They
unintentional.
unintentional draw. Okay.
Yeah. We could have went to Kyle. Oh well, we got these two fine gentlemen. Should still be some good magic.
Oh yeah.
Mono green devotion versus mono blue devotion. Nick is green and Chris is blue.
Mm-hmm. We wanted to see some devotion. Now we have it.
Now we finally have it.
I think we actually see the 2 decks we haven't seen tonight that are pretty big.
Yeah, pretty big. Yeah, some sort of big green deck against some sort of mono blue. I think Nick has a splash for black or white.
Tribal.
Tribal Hydras.
Tribal Hydras versus
Hopelessly devoted.
Devo. Hopelessly Devo.
To you. Oh, I get it.
Aw.
Like blue mana.
I get it.
Well, Chris Mudry wins the prize for the best name of his deck.
Yeah. We should start doing that.
Oh, yeah.
How about we'll have a contest for each night. Your deck name has to actually be what you're playing, but you have to name it.
It's got to be clever.
It has to be clever.
Yeah, we'll start doing that. Chris Mudry is our first winner.
Yeah.
Nick is on the play.
Man, everything's coming up Millhouse. Right?
Everything's coming up Millhouse.
All right.
This is a deck that wants to play first.
It's from The Simpsons. Everything's coming up Millhouse.
You hang out with Ryan and you haven't heard every single phrase ever muttered on The Simpsons?
Oh, Ryan and I will freestyle some Simpsons lyrics. Simpsons quotes.
Same thing.
We go deep, son.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Lisa needs braces. Dental plan. So, Joe, that's an easy one. But everybody knows dental plan. You're small time. My favorite Simpsons line, because that's what you talk about during Magic commentary. It's probably Smelling of Troy. This is also one of...
I can't believe we had someone on camera with the last name Burns, and we didn't talk about The Simpsons one time.
Yeah, I know. Well, we were too distracted by the fact that he was wearing, red apparel.
And not playing Burn.
And not playing Burn. He's just wasting his whole life. He'll watch our coverage and be like, guys.
Mulligan to 5.
Yeah, down to 5 for Chris M.
Go to Wolf Pussy, as they call it.
So Nick does this cut where he takes the center part of the deck and then puts the top part down and puts the center part. See, whenever anybody cuts my deck like that, I always have to mulligan to 4 because they put just the absolute crap on top. I'm like, this is what I wanted to draw halfway through the game, and you put it on top.
I think if Chris were to go to 4, he'd be the first person on camera to do so. Okay, so we have a 1-drop against Chris, and that is bad news for him.
I think Kyle tried a mulligan to 0 one time.
Yeah, that's true.
When was this?
It was a couple of weeks ago.
I think he said if he could.
If he could.
Yeah, he didn't actually. I think he went to 6.
I probably would have whacked him.
So we have dueling 1-drops. Chris's did not come on the first turn for him. I believe this is a Colonian Tusker, evolving the Experiment 1 back in for 2.
In the business, we call that just on time.
Yes. Just in time programming.
Nick splashing for black. We talked about it. Nick and I talked about it. He plays Golgari Charm in his sideboard, and he wants to make sure to hit that land drop. It's really good against the Master of Waves stuff.
Yes.
That's actually going to be interesting.
That's
He's already got
good.
tech in this game.
Yeah. Nick going to the next level. And again, you can't see my hand motions, but...
He did a great Free Willy Dolphin.
Yeah.
I think he's also running Mistcutter Hydra. The last I saw, they were sideboard, but he was talking about maybe putting a main.
They were really good.
Yeah, here they would be fantastic.
The only thing that Mono Blue can do is Cyclonic Ripped It, Overloaded.
No, they can't. Oh, yeah, Overloaded.
That's Big Daddy P.
And then you just get 1 turn, and then you...
Produce. evolving the Experiment 1, bashing it in for 6. And Chris is on a clock on a mulligan to 5,
Yeah.
and his Thassa does not have the devotion yet. He's going to be able to scry away the bad draws, but at this point, he needs card advantage, not just getting to good cards.
Spectre's helpful.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, Spectre
4,
would give him
5.
the devotion, but even then, attacking is a dubious proposition.
But he can monster us for 1 next turn and kill the
Yep, that too.
thing, and then
This is not
Thassa's
great.
just-
These are not good times.
Yeah, Chris is in a really tough spot.
The mulligan really hurt him.
Yes, yeah. The Polychronos is going to take care of the 1 drop, and then the devotion doesn't happen, and then Chris has a 2/3.
Better lucky than good.
That will be chump blocking.
And
And Nykthos, this is going to be Insanity, Burning Tree. Oh my
into
gosh.
activate Nykthos. 1, 2,
This is getting
3.
violent. Okay, yeah.
I'd like
And
to
Chris is-
apologize for filming that rape.
That was-
Violent rape.
Chris is just like, I'm done playing Magic.
There's been
I don't think he ever played Magic that game. That was a non-game.
that was not Magic. That was showing each other what land you play.
Yeah,
A couple of them.
yeah. Nick just administrating the Savage Beatdowns.
There's been a couple times where I've been like land screwed or something like that in Legacy, and I'm playing against the burn player, and I just look at my cards, and then they just burn my face, and they're like, "Oh, good game." After I killed you in 3 turns, I was like, "No, not a good game. You drooled a little and burned my face."
My new so I've been trying to figure out how I should behave while I play Magic, and one of the things I started doing is if I win, I don't say a word. I do nothing. Because, you don't want to shake their hand because you won. The loser should...
Yeah.
You know? So, after I win, I'm just silent. And if they want to talk about it, then then we can talk about it. But I don't say a word.
I know that if, I lost, not because we played a game of Magic and they just got that little bit ahead that they needed to, but if I lost because I mulliganed to 4 and drew no lands and they ripped my hand apart, if they win and my opponent is anything nice to me, anything at all afterwards, I really want to flip the table and punch them in their face.
Yeah.
Chris pointed out that he also kind of feels that way. I've gone around and back again about it. I used to do this whole thing where I would open up with, "No, you're probably going to win. Don't worry about it. You relax. You just have a good time. We'll sit back." But then I kept winning, and that kind of made me feel like a big dick because I was looking at him like, "You're probably going to win." And I'm like, "Oh, I guess I won. I guess you're just bad."
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't. It was pretty legitimate. I didn't expect to win,
Right.
but they pulled it out by not winning one.
Oh, speaking of that, did you see that Oops All Spells got got second place at an open?
Yeah, miraculously, no one played Force of Wills that day.
Yeah.
I
Do
was
not play that deck in Legacy. It is not good.
It can't beat Force of Will.
It can't beat Swords to Plowshares.
Yeah.
What kind of combo deck loses to Force Will and Swords to Plowshares?
That's not where you want to be.
Someone tell me this.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense. Do not play this deck.
Kyle and I kind of try to explain Magic to my dad sometimes. We just had the conversation of all the really cool Legacy names like Full English Breakfast and Stacks and
Maverick is named after the username of the man who built the deck.
and where they came from. And he was like, "Can you play a deck without lands?" I was like, "Yeah." It's called Number Wang, or Oops All Spells.
There's a deck with 1 land. It's pretty cool too.
Yeah, we told him about that. We were like, it's named after Belcher's named after a card in the deck, but when you're going to go play it, you're like, "Oh, I haven't belched at people in a while," and it's just amusing.
Chris is on the play. He's ready to fight. He's ready to redeem himself. I cashed a check that we might have to check. We might have to cash.
Why?
Because if this finishes early, I was like, man, we just moved that rig again. Whatever, guys. But now we're staring down the barrel of that.
I mean,
if it's another quick game.
Kyle's playing pretty slow deck. They might still be in game 1.
Yeah.
It's basically the straight mirror match of what we saw in camera the last time. It's Kyle's playing blue-white and
Against
black-white.
If you guys want to move the rig,
I don't know. We'll see. It's really.
Yeah. Well, if we get a game 3, then
I don't think we. Oh, we can't because we don't have a laptop because we have. The
Oh,
desktop.
that's right. Never mind.
Disregard all that, people. You're not going to see any kind of joy unless we can move the players. If like Kyle and his opponent want to move,
If we can stop them somehow in between games.
like between games.
Yeah. Both players going to 6 this time, so it's a little more fair.
It's a cripple fight.
So which deck do you think Mulligan's better?
Chris's, I think,
I agree
because
with
he's got card draw. And
Right.
Nick really needs the all 7 cards
Nick's
to really just.
first mulligan isn't bad.
Yes. Especially on the draw.
Chris Mulligan's to 5 better. Nick Mulligan's to 6. He probably gets to mulligan to 6 pretty aggressively if his first one isn't too fiery.
Yeah.
Because a land like 7 cards with 1 burning tree in hand compared to like 2 burning trees in 6 cards, I generally prefer the 2 burning trees.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Yep. I don't like this model. I played a round with it, and I had to read my own cards. So
Is that the round you won?
no, I got crushed.
Fun fact, it's the deck that makes my Duels of the Planeswalker crash, so I haven't got to play much of Mono Blue Devotion.
Okay.
That's how my playtesting skews now, is
Yeah.
what we'll play on the weird engines that I use to playtest instead of other people.
Chandelar and Duels of the Planeswalker.
I had to do Popper on Chandelar, and I have such secret Popper brew. I'm so excited, guys.
Are you gonna play it on Saturday? Oh yeah, if you guys are into Popper,
Yeah,
this Saturday,
tomorrow.
If you happen to see this,
if you have woken up and we have this uploaded,
and you're like, man, I gotta watch that DMC coverage.
mm-hmm.
Come play Popper at the Game Haven on Saturday. They're gonna try to fire off a tournament.
Yeah.
For it. So,
A gentleman's legacy tournament.
A gentleman's legacy tournament. We play by Magic Online
Mm-hmm.
cards, so you cannot play things like Hymn to Turok and Sinkhole.
Yes.
Which is probably how it should be anyway. Yeah. So, because if you're the guy who plays Hymn to Turok and Popper, you can go.
I feel like the only person we would have to apologize is Curtis Frazier, but he has a nice, comfy home in Popper, so it's never been a problem.
Yeah.
That has been the least. He's never brought up that. I've talked to him a lot about Popper, but he's never brought up like, oh man, I wish I had Sinkhole on him. He's just happy
He
with
plays those cards in Legacy.
I know.
Yeah.
He's just happy with what he has.
Right.
Just play Crypt Rat.
Okay, so Chris is dissatisfied with the second lane job. He wanted the double blue. I'm guessing he has Tidebinder mages now.
Or Frostborn.
Or
Oh.
Oh, he's showing us.
Oh, double Tidebinder, double Frostborn.
We're rooting for you, Chris. We want to see this Tidebinder mage.
Yep. Well, I should say we're rooting for him. Like, I want Nick to win just as much as
I want to see everything end in Game 3.
I want to see a Game 3.
Yeah.
Please be Island. No.
Oh.
Did he flip something off?
No, I think he did like this.
It's like, wait a minute. This is a family show. But Nick
But there
having
is Afterguard,
the Experiment 1 Colonial Tusker, which is pretty good. Which is some good, as the kids say. Uh-oh.
Chris really wished. Oh no.
Oh, is that a Boon Satyr? Something
No, that's a Tusker.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Yeah.
Tusker number 2? Yep, that makes sense. Yeah, Tusker number 2.
Yeah, because he had
Two
the
Tusks.
double
Yeah, he had
green,
neither the other green. Yeah.
It's like a photo red.
So,
little Tusk can't be wrong.
Chris got his island.
Woo.
All right.
So now, if he has Tidebinder mage,
He's got double Tidebinder, double Frostborn, I think.
okay, that's a good start. He just needs to live. That's the only
just
problem.
really far behind.
The boy who lived, Chris. Okay. And then if you're really feeling froggy, the Mutable can block.
Yeah, I would probably do that.
Absolutely, yeah. It gets the devotion down. It doesn't help your blue mana situation too much. That's Polukranos.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, Nick not forgetting about his evolve triggers.
Yep. Yeah, that's an easy thing to forget about. Like when you have something on there like pacifism, not removed from the game. You can still evolve it. So yeah.
He's got fights.
He's beating in. Chris needs another Tidebinder mage. Not even that. This is a rough spot.
For life, really.
This needs to be upheaval. Man, upheaval.
We've talked a lot about upheaval tonight, but right now,
washout naming green.
Yes.
Boom.
He'd probably even be dealing. Red wouldn't be too bad.
Okay. You can still activate the polluters. And I think he's just dead anyway.
I think he's just dead anyways. Yeah.
Yeah, get rid of the blockers.
Yeah, Nick just has to illustrate that he
Sees
understands that cards.
what does cards do?
You're just really dead.
Yeah, this is
Oh,
hard.
of course.
Well, he's not dead. He might as well be. And he takes 3, go to 1. His creatures die.
Everything of Nick's
And,
untaps next turn.
Yeah, and Nick gets
Dead to a hornet snake.
Stasis would be very good.
All right, stasis.
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 It's not a stasis. It's a
Bam. Oh,
And then Chris did it properly. Chris, I
did-
commend you. Good
Chris,
job.
Chris, you win all the awards tonight.
Yes, Chris.
You may have lost this last critical round.
Yeah, Chris won the best deck name and knowing how to.
Trophies.
But Nick
So-
won the match, so
That was like 10 minutes.
yeah.
So
Let's go.
So we're going to step away from the computer. You might notice some downtime, some white noise, but we're going to see if we can get you guys another game.
We'll see. We'll go see what the status.
We'll see what we
Chris
can do
is.
for you. So
Good.
we might, Fritz, you can hear us. You can just cut from the record, and we'll see if we can get another one. If you don't see another video after this, we couldn't find another one. But we love you all regardless. You should come play Popper tomorrow if you've watched this video before then.
Yeah.
There's also the charity event tomorrow. It's $5. Game Haven's going to be open all night.
Mm-hmm.
It goes to help kids with like cancer or something. Just play.
It's like
games
Child's Play,
all night.
except it's not Child's Play.
Right.
Sorry,
We're
I
familiar
you.
with the. All right, so Fritz is, I believe, giving me the signal. We're going to wrap it up here. This was Joe Planck and Jacob Ross. Say hi, Jacob.
Hi,
And Maggie.
Hi.
Maggie McDaniel.
And we might see you again.
Yes.
Good night. All right.
Oh.